Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we're going to check out the final of these Dinosaur Creation products that I have just recently obtained, as we have reviewed quite a few of their products recently here on the channel, and I fully intend on getting a hold of more and reviewing even more here at some point on the channel, but this one is the Velociraptor Bust, and I did show this off a little bit in the initial unboxing of their products, and I definitely stated that it looked like the original Jurassic Park Velociraptor. So that's the paint scheme that I went with as far as this raptor goes. I gave it kind of a JP style paint job, and I felt like it turned out pretty good. Maybe not as nice as I would like, but I'm never usually really happy with my paint jobs, so hopefully you guys like what I've done with it here. But again, the actual sculpting and detailing aspect of the figure is incredibly well done and just looks super lifelike once it actually has some paint application applied to it. And that is one thing that's really cool about this company, Dinosaur Creations, is that they offer kind of Jurassic Park inspired busts and dinosaurs and models and stuff, but they also offer, your everyday average dinosaur type of a model. And sometimes you get ones that are a mixture of both, like the nest. I kind of created a Jurassic Park style nest with that, but this one clearly is a fully Jurassic Park inspired Velociraptor bust. So that's definitely where the inspiration came from for this one, if you ask me. And I think they did do a pretty darn nice job on it overall, as far as capturing the likeness of the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park, and really nicely sculpted it out. So let's go ahead and check it out with a closer look right now. So as you can see, as far as the actual texturing to the skin, it honestly looks phenomenal throughout the entire model. Like, they did a great job of creating a very realistic and lifelike appearance to the texturing of the skin, and also, again, capturing that really nice Jurassic Park style detailing that we see on the raptors in the film. I feel like they did do a great job, again, not only on the overall appearance, obviously capturing that Jurassic Park raptor really quite nicely, but the sculpting of the fine details like the texture, they definitely got that really well done overall. As you can see, as we run along the course of the dinosaur, you do have the lips that are present right there. Again, the nostrils are sculpted out really quite nicely up here at the tip of the snout. The area around the eye as well is really beautifully done. The texturing around the eye is quite nice as well, and the way that it's sculpted out allows you to make the detail pop beautifully when it comes to like using washes and dry brushing. And again, you get to paint yours however you would like. You can choose whatever raptor from the Jurassic franchise, or even if you don't want to go the Jurassic franchise route, you can take a raptor from anywhere and paint it up like that. But I feel like the sculpt works perfect for that Jurassic Park style raptor, and with the paint application here that I've given it, I feel like it definitely looks pretty close to the Jurassic Park raptor overall, now that it has that style paint scheme. As you lead back here a little further into the head, a little past the head actually, as we reach the neck, you can see the ears are sculpted out. You also have like some skin folds and stuff appearing right in that area. The detailing to the top of the head as well is really quite nice looking, and definitely again has that Jurassic Park style look as far as the sculpting and detailing goes. You have lots of like creases and stuff that allows again you to shine through some alternate variations of color when you paint it. And then when we turn it around to the other side of the head, you can again see just how beautiful it looks as far as the sculpt, and how nicely done the detailing aspect is over here as well. And one thing that's really cool is the raptor has its head open, not too wide, just enough that you can actually see the gums in there. And I painted the gums and everything in there so that you could see them, but it doesn't really show up too well here on camera. But in person, you can definitely see it. It looks really cool the way that they've sculpted it out and allowed the mouth of the raptor to be open just a little bit to give, some of the inside of the mouth, a little area for you to paint and show that off a little bit, while still allowing the raptor to remain, for the most part, having a closed mouth. It almost looks like that moment where the raptor kind of like growls a little bit right before it runs after Lex and Tim. It sort of has that kind of an appearance with the mouth being open just a little bit. And you can also see the detailing here to the underside of the bust also looks really quite nice. The underside of the throat is present and everything. So this is another phenomenal release from Dinosaur Creations, and I feel like is the icing on the cake as far as this recent unboxing goes of their products, and definitely something that I was really happy with overall. I felt like my paint job on it turned out okay, maybe not the best, but decent enough for what I was trying to achieve, but the actual sculpt of the bust itself is just incredibly well done overall. So, yet another beautiful product from Dinosaur Creations. As far as a size goes for our Velociraptor bust, it obviously is not full size. You can see that roughly for a length, you're looking at a little over 7 inches, closing in on 7¼ inches, or about the 18 centimeter range, maybe closing in on 18.5 centimeters. Sort of in that area. It's actually a little hard for you to tell. For some reason, it looks like the camera's facing straight forward, but it's really not. It's slightly off at an angle here, so you can see that now a little better right there. You can see, again, a more accurate measurement as far as this goes. And then for a height to the top of the head, actually back here, the top of the neck would be probably the best place. And again, not the best angle for you guys, but it's about 4 inches, maybe actually closing in at about 4¼ inches, or about 10.5 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon from the Mattel Jurassic World Toyline, and Muldoon is standing right in front of his best friend in the world, the Jurassic Park Velociraptor. But next to these guys right here, you could definitely get a really good idea of the size overall. The bust, even though it's not full size, definitely sports a really nice size, and you could probably tell easily in comparison to the Papo Rex, who is a pretty large figure overall, and the bust still looks really quite immense next to it. Definitely a really nicely sized bust. So this Dinosaur Creations Velociraptor bust, obviously a Jurassic Park style Velociraptor bust, is definitely a really beautiful release yet again from them. I feel like they did a great job of capturing the likeness of a Jurassic Park style Velociraptor, and now having this bust here in hand, I'm really interested to see some of the other busts that they have to offer. I know they do have quite a few others available, so I would love to have an opportunity to check those out as well. But again, this one has a really nice, very highly detailed appearance to it, sporting that skin texture that really looks very reminiscent of the raptors from Jurassic Park. And of course, the overall head shape and appearance looks really pretty much spot on to the Jurassic Park raptor. I love the fact that they have even included the ears on this, because sometimes people just skip the ears on dinosaurs. I don't know why, they just choose not to sculpt them in, but Dinosaur Creations made sure that this one looked, as nice as possible when it comes to their detailing aspect. And I also really quite like the fact that, again, the mouth is open just a little bit, not too much, just enough that it kind of appears as though it's growling and maybe it's about to chase something or someone and try to take them down. Very cool to kind of give a little bit of life to the bust when it's pretty hard to sometimes give life to something like a dinosaur bust, considering it's usually just a dinosaur's head. There is a little bit of complication at times to give life to that, but they have found a way to do that here with this Dinosaur Creations version, and I must commend them on pulling that off quite nicely. Again, the paintwork was done by me. Definitely not my best paint job, and I'm not super happy with it, but I feel like it turned out pretty well overall, and for the most part resembles the Jurassic Park Raptor, I guess, in an okay fashion. And again, that's one thing that is really fun about kits like this, although this one isn't really much of a kit. It's just a 3D printed model. You don't have to put anything together. It's already all put together for you. You just have to paint it up. And that's one thing that's really fun about models like this, is painting them. I feel like that's kind of half the fun of buying them, is to paint something and create it in your own vision, or at least put your own work into it so that afterwards you can sit back and be proud of what you've achieved as far as the paint application goes. So this bust is definitely something that I highly recommend, and as usual, if you are interested in picking this up or any of the other Dinosaur Creations models that I have shown you throughout the past few reviews, make sure you check the description, as I will have a link right there to both their website and their Facebook page where you can purchase some of their incredible models. So make sure you check those links, make sure you purchase some Dinosaur Creations stuff, and make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.